Hi boys and girls, Mrs. Murphy's back talking about texture. I realized that last video you couldn't see the list I made very well, so I rewrote it. And I just wanted to share with you guys, if you don't have paper at home, look what I'm using. Cardboard, recyclables. We're going to talk a little bit about that in a minute, about what you can use for supplies. But I wanted to review our texture list with you. So how something feels, right? Something that you're using your sense of touch to investigate. So we talked about spiky, when something feels spiky and pokey like a cactus. We talked about smooth, right? When we were feeling the inside of that shell, it was really smooth to the touch. Scratchy, right? Something scratchy and pokey like those barnacles on that rock. And something soft, like my kitty Mochi. He's super soft. So now we're going to talk about what you guys are going to do for your assignment. I'm going to send you on a texture scavenger hunt. Now you're going to get two options of ways to do this. If you have magazines at home, you're going to use them to look through and try to find different textures. And then you're going to cut them out when you find them. So look at this. This is Legos. Can you imagine how that would feel? Kind of bumpy, right? And if you stepped on it, you would not be happy. And these are all different types of sponges I found in a magazine. So I imagine those to feel very rough and scratchy and kind of squishy, some of them. And look at this, just like my real cactus, this picture of a cactus from a magazine, I can imagine that it feels really pokey and spiky. Those are some examples. Ooh, this one's fun. Noodles. Buttery noodles. They would be slimy and a little bit greasy to your touch. That would be a very interesting texture. Now, if you have magazines laying around, like we do at my house, you're going to look through and you're going to find some textures. Look at this, is a whole big pile of trash. Could you visualize what that texture could feel like? You're going to cut them out. Now, what are you going to do with them once you cut them out? You're going to make a pile. You're going to find something to use as your base. So it could be a paper towel tube. It could be a opened up box of your favorite popcorn. It could be anything that you have laying around. It could even just be a plain piece of computer paper. If that's what you have, use it. It could be a piece of drawing paper. What we need is a surface to glue things down to. So I started mine. I gathered up some textures and I started, Mr. Murphy loves oatmeal. So I've saved one of his oatmeal containers because I'm going to make a textured tube for the art room. So this is going to be my surface. If you don't have one of these at home, that's fine. You can use anything you have to glue your images of your different textures onto. You're going to take your textures. This is a bunch of beaded bracelets. I imagine it feeling very bumpy. You're going to take your glue stick, give it a little zhuzh, and then you're going to take it and find a spot on your surface and start collaging, right? The collaging is the way we create an image by layering up pictures, okay? You're going to cover your whole surface, and then you're going to take a picture of it and send it to Mrs. Murphy. Or you can attach it to our Google Classroom because I want to see what you found in your texture scavenger hunt. Now, if you don't have magazines, you could use some of these same recyclables to look for textures. You could take this from your taco kit. This texture up here looks bumpy to me. I would snip that off and glue that down onto my base. I've got a granola bar package with some honey up there. I would cut that out because that would feel sticky. And I would glue that down onto my base that I'm using for my project. Now, if you don't have any of these supplies at home, I still want you to be able to participate. So like we did with our found object color wheels, I want you to look around your house. Find your bumpy cactuses. Find your sticky honey jar. Whatever you have, make a little pile of them so that I can see each one, and then have your grown-ups take a picture, or you can use your Chromebook to take a picture and send me a picture of your found object textures. That's a totally fine way to do this lesson if you don't have the supplies to make a collage tube or a collage piece of artwork with your magazines, with your magazine clippings, okay? So you have two options here. Whatever you have at home. If you have the supplies to do the magazine collage, I would love to see them. Whatever way you end up creating and doing your texture scavenger hunt, please make sure you send it in to me, either email or through Google Classroom, so that I can give you credit for this assignment, okay? I miss you guys, and I can't wait to see what you find on your texture scavenger hunts. I hope that you have fun and that your families are doing well. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.